Welcome to the common pitfalls made when using the eCVI program. This will walk you through a couple mistakes that are easy to make and what to do about them. The first one is the number one mistake that people make, and that's when the box pops up and asks you to save the document a second time. If you fail to do that, you'll open your certificate back up and it will look like this. It will say not official, and at the top it will have the NULL instead of the certificate number. And you've basically lost the certificate's full number and there's no way to retrieve it. If you make this mistake, the certificate is not valid and can't be sent with the animal. So you'll have to redo the certificate from scratch and be sure to save it twice. This is one of the very few documents that must be saved twice. So this is the number one mistake people make. The document reverts back to null because it wasn't saved twice. The next mistake that is sometimes made is when you have a document like this and you have to put a disease-free statement in it. So let's say that you have to say in this statement, this animal was tested for TB. And let's say the state that's receiving the animals requires this to be printed on the certificate. If you put quotations around the statement, it's difficult for us to upload this into our system. So if there is a disease statement required, just type the disease statement without any quotes. It'll just be verbatim as you've typed it. So don't use any special characters, like for example the symbol @ or anything like that, because that will mess us up when we're saving it. The other mistake that can easily be made is when you're writing a small animal certificate and you have a dog and the dog is 2 months old, which brings us to how do you handle puppies and kittens that are too young for rabies? So what you would do is you would just fill out, we'll say this is a female beagle puppy going to its next home. It's only 2 months old, so it hasn't had rabies. You'll leave the rabies vaccination date, rabies booster due, rabies tag number, and rabies serial number all blank. And over here, the first thing you'll write is too young for rabies. So that's how you handle a puppy or a kitten that's too young for rabies. And you want to be sure to type that it's too young for rabies. Don't assume that the person reading the certificate knows what the guidelines are for the rabies vaccine to be given. So that concludes the common pitfalls.